Did you know that the game Guitar Hero Aerosmith has made more money for the actual band Aerosmith than the sale of any of their previous albums? You're listening to the Xbox Hub Podcast, the official podcast of the xboxhub.com. For the latest Xbox news, reviews, videos and opinions, make sure you visit the xboxhub.com. But for now, settle down, get comfy, and open your ears for some podcast delights. Hello, welcome to the Xbox Hub Official Podcast, episode number 9. My name's Gareth Brierley. I am going to be your host, and on my virtual left is Mr. James Birks.
Hey, hello.
I said it right.
You did. Well done.
Thank you. And on my virtual right is Mr. Neil Watton. Hello, Neil.
That'll be me. How you doing?
I said your name right as well, even though I've never said it wrong.
No.
How are you doing?
It's easy, isn't it?
It's very easy. Yeah, just Neil. What's your what have you been doing this week, you two? What funs have you been up to? Anything? Neil? Not a lot.
Not really. No. two boring weeks, really, to be honest. Although I did learn the other day that a mocha is a coffee with hot chocolate in. Well, that's pretty much all I've done in 2 weeks. It's really strange because the other night I was laid in bed and I like hot chocolate, but I've never drunk coffee in my life. And I don't drink tea or anything like that.
Right.
I was laid in bed and I'd had a hot chocolate that day and I thought, I wonder what hot chocolate with caffeine in would be like. Because I take a lot of caffeine gels and stuff for my cycling. Yeah. And I thought I'd kind of made this new thing, like hot chocolate with caffeine. Anyway, the next day we were out in town, me and the other half, and she had a mocha from Greg's. There are other establishments available. And I said, what's that then? She said, it's hot chocolate and coffee. Really? Mad. And my mind was blown.
You thought you'd reinvented the coffee.
Yes, basically.
Do you know, have you heard of antibiotics? That would really blow your mind. Wow.
So coffee and hot chocolate. That's what I've learned. 2 weeks. Brilliant. I'm 43 years old. And I didn't know what a mocha was.
I love that. I love that's your highlight of the 2 weeks.
Like I say, I've done nothing else. But, if you ask me any other coffees, I wouldn't have a clue. Like latte and espresso, I don't understand what they are.
Wow. James, what have you been doing? Something better than this, please.
Well, I mean, it has to be better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mainly getting ready for Christmas.
Oh.
Buying presents. Sorting out what tree this year and all the usual Christmas stuff.
You're a bit
what tree are you having?
Good.
I don't want to spoil it, but it's a different tree. As in, it's not like anything I've had before. And I'm going to reveal it on social media. So I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
So it's not a real tree then?
No, real trees are dangerous because they might have squirrels in or insects. And we don't want that, do we?
Now, James, can I just say, are you a bit early for this? We're still in we're not a month. It's over a month away.
I've usually started my Christmas shopping by September, so I'm actually quite late.
Oh my word! Are you watching Christmas films? I know you like to do that.
All year round.
Wow.
Christmas 24. That's the channel, and it's on all day, every day.
What's your favourite Christmas film?
That's a tough one. Elf, I think.
Ah, yeah, good
it has
choice.
to be Elf.
Yeah.
Or Christmas Vacation. National Lampoons.
Okay, yeah.
That's a cracker.
Neil, have you got a famous Christmas movie?
A famous one or a favourite one?
Well, a favourite one.
No, I haven't, surprisingly.
No, nothing at all. Nothing that springs to mind.
No, even the Grinch.
I don't think I've ever seen The Grinch. I've seen Home Alone. That's pretty much as close to Christmas movies as I get.
Yeah.
What are you, Rusty?
Yeah, that'll do.
I'm really old-fashioned with this. What a Wonderful Life, which everyone says. It's a very good Christmas. It's a very depressing film.
That was on the other day, actually.
Yeah.
I turned it over.
It's very good. Always gets turned it over. Jesus.
Why did you turn it over?
Good boring.
Did you give it a go?
End the podcast.
I gave it 5 minutes.
Give it more. I want you to watch the whole thing by before Christmas, and we'll talk about it.
Is that a challenge?
That's a challenge. That's your challenge.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, good.
No, I can't turn the challenge down.
Yeah,
Christmas
good.
Eve special. James talks about Christmas movies.
Yes, that's right. Exactly.
Out of interest, Lassie,
yeah,
when does Christmas start in your house?
Christmas Eve, about 1 minute to midnight, when I remember
done.
that it is Christmas Day, and I haven't done anything.
Can I come and live with you?
You can come and live with me, yeah. That's good. London, the distance is the same. Everything's open here. You just walk out, it's the same thing. Everything's open. It's mad.
It's still 24 hours on Christmas Day and
it's
Boxing
mental.
Day. Well, Boxing Day especially
Kebab
is,
shops,
isn't it?
cafes, everything's like... It's packed. Greenwich, where I live nearby, is absolutely jammed. It's hilarious.
I want a Christmas kebab.
You can have one. Come to London.
Although, much like a coffee, I've never had a kebab either.
Never.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
Wow.
You haven't lived, Neil. Come up north, and I'll get you kebab and a coffee.
Okay, cheers.
That's a deal.
Yeah,
I'll come up for Christmas.
that's the second date
I'll
up
take you to
north.
Blackpool.
Yeah. That's a second date. Kebab and a coffee. First
I
date
don't
is...
want to know what the third is.
Well, I've been this week I've been watching The Crown, which is something I refuse to watch. My other half, she watched the whole thing, and on Netflix, and I thought I've got to give this a go, and I watched the first 2 series that have been out for about 4 years in about a month, and now I'm on the 3rd series. I'm addicted to it. It's brilliant.
What's it about?
It's about the Queen. So it starts in 19...
It's a documentary.
47. No, so it's a drama, and it kind of covers the first 2 series cover from like 1947 to like 1960 or something, with a different actress and different cast, and then for this series they swap the cast as they're covering sort of 1964 maybe to 1977.
For my time.
It's really good. It's really
This
really
is
good.
the show that the Palace had to put out a statement. Was it last week or the week before? Maybe is there a new season just coming out?
Yes, it's
like
just coming
about
out
now.
now. Yeah, came out on Sunday or Saturday or something.
Yeah, the Palace had to put out a statement. I think it was last week, saying that it was complete and utter nonsense that the Queen had a relationship with some
Don't tell me
photographer
this.
or something.
I've not even got to this bit.
Oh, sorry for ruining it.
Oh my god! I'm only on episode 3.
So is it going to keep going until it's up to date?
But yeah,
Take your
I think the plan was to do 6 seasons, and then they do another season with this cast, and then do the final 2 seasons with an older cast. I think.
And that'll be like 80s and 90s.
I think they'd do Diana, and I think that would be the last series. I think that would be where it finishes, maybe, and the Queen Mother dying and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be more interesting.
It's honestly,
Not the
it's
fact
really
that she's
good.
dying,
but what's great about it, it's about the kind of bits of history of what happened in Britain at the time. So it's not just them; it's about their relationship to what happened with like.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. The modern times.
Yeah.
I enjoy that more. I can relate to it.
Yeah.
And the 90s and that. Before then.
Well, you don't have to relate to it. It's like you saying, if I'm talking to you, showing you a program about Roman times, you go, I can't relate to this.
I can't know. That's why I don't really watch Roman stuff.
I show you something about, I don't know, 17th century, so I can't relate. This is nothing. I don't know what this
that's
is.
what I always say.
That's why James don't play Assassin's Creed.
Oh, that's it. That's the reason.
Yeah, he wasn't around in them times.
No, I can't understand it. I'm like, did this really happen?
Yeah.
Probably didn't.
How long is an episode of what's it called? The
hour
Crown?
each.
1 hour.
Yeah.
Hour?
It's quite long, isn't it?
It's a long
That is
time.
true.
Yeah. So 10
Yeah,
hours each
podcast
time.
at that time.
You could do a podcast at that time, yeah. I
Why
think
are
you
you
should give it a
watching
go. Both of you should give it a go. Do one of them.
I'm kind of in the middle of something else at the moment, so when that's over,
Yeah, me too. Anything else?
then I'll consider it.
Right. Okay, this is it. We're going to move on. That's good. Also, I'm learning to play the harmonica. But let's move on.
Oh, give us a tune.
I haven't got anything. I'm not playing anything.
Next time.
Next time.
Hang on. I'm not staying here. I need a word from James, and I need a quick tune on the harmonica from you.
I haven't got my harmonica with me.
Just hum it.
No. Pretend to be the harmonica.
What about spoons? Do you play the spoons?
No. I'll do that next time. That's next year. Next year's goals. Yes,
looking forward to that.
James, of course, if you haven't listened to podcasts before, James, he's learning Korean, and every episode he does a word of Korean, and this is the new word.
I'm going to go with Chingu, which is like Pingu, but with Chingu. That means friend.
Friend?
Yeah.
Chingu.
Chingu. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Well, it's a nice, easy one.
Chingu.
I would like to make it clear, I do know a lot more than that. I can make sentences. I just don't want to bore anyone.
We can make sentences as well. You've taught us 9 words now across 9 episodes. The sentence may not make any sense.
No goodbye, friend.
Yeah, no goodbye, friend. Actor. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Good. That's the word. Right. I'm going to move on because I want to go into questions.
Yes.
Questions.
Come on.
So every episode we're doing in-depth questions, so I'm getting a kind of idea of Neil and James's psyche. You know, James is strange. Neil likes bikes, and that's where we are. So I'm going to ask 3 questions to them both, and then do some would you rather questions as well. So the first question, and you can answer this each, is: if you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what question would that be? And I'm going to ask Neil first of all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good call. So James can Google something in the meantime. Ask me the question again.
If you could know the absolute truth and total truth to one question, what question would that be? So I would start because you're having a think. So I might say, have aliens ever landed on this earth? That'd be the one I would want to know. From the
we
government.
know that's true. We
don't know. We still want the absolute proof. This is it. This should be it.
Neil knows it. Neil's been told.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's not that I've been told, but I was having this conversation the other day, and I believe that certain athletes are possibly aliens.
Which ones?
Well, just really good top level athletes. I don't understand how they can do it.
Right.
And so there must be something. Well, there's something obviously different about their biological makeup, but I reckon they could well be aliens. So somebody like Usain Bolt is obviously an alien.
Right.
And like Lewis Hamilton, he's obviously an alien. Even though he drives a car, he obviously can slow time down so he gets around corners quicker. Roger Federer.
Alien.
Any alien, obviously. Yeah, any top level athlete is an alien. So which means I've answered your question. Aliens have been here.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you. I've done that. You've
What
ruined
about the actual question?
Yeah, what is
Answer that, Neil.
what's your question going to be?
I'd like to kind of build on that actually and say, have we actually been to the moon?
That was what I was thinking.
Yes, we have.
Oh, well, sorry, James.
I'm saying yes, we have.
Prove it.
You've got proof.
Yes, I've got proof.
Yeah.
I got told by an astronaut. No, I don't know, but it is true. It is. Of course, we've been to the moon.
Mate.
Yeah, of course, we've been to the moon. It's ridiculous.
I think we probably have, but until I've been there myself,
You don't know.
in actual fact, until you've done anything yourself, you would never know, would you?
Have you been to France?
Well, I think I've been to France. Because I got on a boat that had France above the door, and I got off the other side and somebody was talking to me in a French accent. So I'm guessing I was in France,
Right.
but it might have just all been a elaborate ruse.
Well, that's your word against everyone else's, isn't it? No one else can prove it.
Let's just take a breather for
Yeah.
a moment. Just to remind everyone, this is a gaming podcast, not We Are Conspiracy Nuts podcast. Just so everyone knows we're in the right
Although
place.
we do tread the fine line between the two.
Yes.
We can talk crap for an hour.
We can, yeah. All right, James, what's your question?
I think on topic, I'd say not to do with that, but in general,
All right.
does the Prime Minister actually want Brexit?
Oh, that's your absolute truth you want. You'd answer.
Yeah, because you two have ruined my first 2 options.
Right. Good question.
So left me knowing what the Prime Minister wants.
Yeah.
I guess it also depends on when people are listening to this, because if it's after the 13th of December this year, the answer could be no.
Yeah,
Or
because
it
he
could
could be
be
the
yes.
Prime Minister.
Mm,
Yeah.
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 Could be.
Well, we know
It'd be
that.
nice just to get a bit of truth.
Yeah. Well, we know that Lewis Hamilton's an alien. That might come out as well.
It might.
It might do.
Yeah. Okay.
14th of December, the whole world is just going to end. Everything.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
we'll have the exclusive interview with Neil on
Yeah.
how he knew.
Yeah. Well, this leads into the next question very well, right? If you had to flee the country,
Mm.
where would you choose to live? What other country? What place? And that's James, first of all.
I think it'd be South Korea.
South Korea. That's a good place. Why would you go to South Korea?
I think I'd be able to, with my fairly decent vocabulary now, I think I could get on with the locals quite well. I could make some friends.
Mm.
And I could order some bread from the bakery.
Good.
Because that's part of my vocabulary.
Good.
And no one would know, apart from our listeners, that I'd be there. So that's a very limited amount of people that would know.
So no one to know then. Us free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
so-
South Korea, I like that. Neil?
I go to Australia.
Well, Australia.
It's a long way away. Whoever's after me can't get me.
What?
Not easy anyway.
No.
They speak the same language.
Yeah.
Yeah. Food's probably the same. It's a bit hotter. I'll be
What
happy
about the
there.
spiders?
Yes, a lot of things want to kill you over there.
Yeah, I like spiders. I don't like flies, you see. So I
Not
like
flies.
spiders because spiders kill flies. And I don't mind snakes. I don't mind other Australian animals that I can't think of at the moment.
Kangaroo?
Kangaroo, that's the one.
Yeah, good.
That's a good one. Well, I don't know. I've never met a kangaroo.
I think don't eat kangaroo. Is there a chicken?
Yeah,
That's South Africa.
I don't know. I think we're making...
That's South Africa, yeah. Because if you go in any South African biltong shop,
Oh, yeah.
that are all over the shop at the moment, you get kangaroo and crocodile and ostrich and wallaby, and that's basically
Crocodile.
yeah.
Oh.
But if you're not vegetarian or vegan like Losty,
Yeah.
and you want to eat some different types of meat, definitely go into a South African biltong shop. Not only is biltong excellent stuff, but there's some weird shit in there.
That's what we like. Weird shit.
Oh, good.
I've seen some of the stuff that you get from Japan and Korea, James.
I don't know what you mean.
It's right up there, the weird.
James gets a Korean loot box of goodies, don't you?
It's a soul box.
Yeah,
sorry.
big
Get it
shit,
right, Rusty.
Yeah, I'm so
It's
sorry.
a wonderful Korean snacks that you just wouldn't get in your local supermarket. It's just nice to try something different.
Yeah. How much is that?
I think it's like 28 quid.
Good.
But you get like 30 things in it. It's jam packed.
Yeah,
With
it
stuff.
looks good.
Bargain, isn't it? A pounder item.
Yeah.
It is, and you can't get the stuff over here, so you're saving money that way. Instead of going to Korea and get it yourself,
Yeah, that'd be
that'd be quite pricey.
big commute as well.
For a bag of almonds.
The question I have though is, would you actually want the stuff if you lived out there in Japan or South Korea?
Yeah.
Would you actually eat this stuff, or is it just real like novelty stuff?
There is snacks that we eat all the time, and they're really popular stuff.
All right.
Like flavoured almonds, ramen, noodles,
Yeah.
all sorts of noodles.
So it's not like a weird packet of Chewits or something like that.
Well, there was corn soup flavoured popcorn at one point. That was a bit weird.
Wow.
And garlic popcorn. So there's some strange stuff. It's all quite nice.
What I want to know is, say, in South Korea, do they have someone buying a sort of British loot box that comes over to them? Like,
You've ruined my idea.
is that what you're going to do?
When I freed the country,
Yeah.
that's what I've said. Look,
What would you have in the British loot box?
Baked beans,
Like Freddos,
caramel and chocolate.
only caramel.
Only
No one
caramel.
likes chocolate.
Custard creams?
Milky Bar,
Milky Bar?
some jelly tots,
Uh,
maybe a sherbet dip dab.
sherbet dip dab, that would be great. This is it. We're going to set this up. Let's go to South
Basically,
Korea.
What you're saying is you get all the good stuff from South Korea, but you give them all the crap from here.
Hey, I give him discos as well. Only salt and vinegar.
Discos.
Space Raiders.
I want some Space Raiders.
The old school 10p crisps
Monster Munch.
that you used to be able to buy in the 90s.
It's 50p now, I think.
Are they
Or
really?
20p. They're dearer anyway.
Let's do it. This is what we should be doing after the podcast. Is going to South Korea and setting this up. Supply
So we
chain.
don't. I'll make a fortune.
I like this. I like this idea a lot. Someone will nick it.
What would we call it?
The Brexit box.
That's the one. You could stand on it and shout as well.
Yeah, you could.
Brilliant.
You could. Good.
Oh, you're writing all this down.
I am.
Oh, great podcast.
Yeah.
You just listen to it again.
Yeah. It's good. That sounds
Sorry.
good. Okay. Third question. What is a superstition you used to believe in?
Oh, go on now.
There's some strange one about having free. If there's like a manhole cover thing in the street, there's 3 of them. Somebody once told me I had to step on each one.
And did you do it?
I thought that was weird, but I did it for years and years and years.
Wow.
I refuse to now. I'm too old to worry about crap like that, and so I refuse to. But I don't know what would have happened if I hadn't done it. But I don't do it now, and nothing has happened, or at least nothing that I know has happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that like a common thing, or is this just somebody taking the piss out of me, basically?
No, I think I've heard of this one.
You have?
Yeah, I have heard of that one. That does sound
It's not
familiar.
like a common one, like don't walk under a ladder or throw some salt over your shoulder, is it?
No.
It's something to do with free. Yeah, it's not manholes, but you know the kind of.
Yeah, I know
thing
exactly.
that
I think I've heard that. This seems familiar.
Yeah.
Footballers are really interesting, aren't they? Because they're so superstitious. So they do mad things, don't they, before each game still, and they do that stuff. It's like they've got that, and they make their own superstitions up. You know, like to turn twice and touch the ground.
And jump up.
I read a sort of biography of Gary Lineker who's saying he refused to just change his boots, and he said he had to. You know, he's playing for Barcelona, and said until they were falling off his, feet. They were so bad. But
I think Jack Grealish is like that now. His boots are completely knackered.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What about you,
Who
James?
Who was the guy that always used to come out last and don't put? Paul Ince, wasn't it? Wouldn't put his shirt on until he got to the pitch.
That's right. Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Amazing. James, what about you?
I think the only one that I've ever done was wearing a specific top when watching football to make sure that the team won. And they always used to win until one time they didn't, and I stopped doing it. It was an old Man United. I think it was the one after the treble season. Came out in 2000. And it was a lovely home shirt. And every time I watched them, they wouldn't lose. And
so basically, you wore the same shirt for about 12 years, and then United started losing, and you thought, I can't be bothered to wear this shirt anymore. I'll put a different red shirt on, one from down the other end of the motorway. Is that what you thought?
Yeah, that was it.
Right, good. I like that. What superstition? Right, we're going to do with me. I haven't got any superstitions at all. Never have been. And actors have superstitions.
I was just going to say that surprises me because I would have thought an actor would have.
Yeah, no, they do. Some people really, have loads of them. They would do sort of like, it's almost like the football thing before they go on. They would have to do rituals of like, wash your face once or wash it twice, put makeup on, take it off, put a wig on. I don't know. They just have loads of different things. And I've never had that. I've never had it.
What's the weirdest one that you've seen somebody have that you've worked with? Without naming names, obviously, because you don't want to completely ruin their career.
I've known someone recently who has to put his headphones on and rap quite loudly with the headphones on to NNN in the dressing room. That's his way of doing it. It's the only way. That's a superstition. Yeah,
gets him in the mood.
Yeah, it gets him in the mood, but also he's got to do it now, even though he's probably bored of it.
Is that Patrick Stewart?
Yes.
He said no names, James.
Yeah, come on. You ruined it there. Right, I'm going to move on to you two because we're chatting too much. It's nice, but let's do Would You Rather.
Yeah.
James, is yours? Would you rather go back in time or forward in time?
Go back in time.
Good.
Relive the glory years.
Yeah. What glory years?
Of the 1990s. We discovered this on our first ever episode, did we not?
Exactly. The
Okay.
90s are the place to be.
Okay. Would you rather be famous or notorious? There's a difference.
Does notorious mean that you're basically a badass?
Yeah, it's like if the news reporter was saying, "And James Birks," that means you're a good thing. That means James Birks is open in the hospital today. And if the news reporter went, "James Birks," that means straight away, "Oh my God, what's James Birks done? Something bad, something."
Yeah, let's go with that one. Notorious.
Okay, good.
I want fear.
You want
Pure
fear?
fear.
Is that how you'll rule the country?
It is. Give it another 5 years.
Yeah. South Korea will be just as bad as North Korea.
Richest? Would you rather be the richest person alive or immortal?
Immortal.
Yeah, good answer.
You get too much money. You won't be able to spend it.
No.
All that money.
No, I'm with you on that.
But that means you'd have to be around forever and ever and ever and ever.
It'd be good though, because you'd be like, I remember back in the 90s.
And also,
And they'd be like, the 90s? Yeah, that was 200 years ago. It was great.
Yeah.
also
Red
James,
Freddos for 10p.
James has got
Sorry, go on.
James has got a backlog of games he needs to get through. He hasn't played it,
It's good.
so he's got it would do him really good.
We'll still be promising to play those old Xbox games.
Yes,
I'll play it.
you
Mate,
can
James.
finally do
Yes, I will.
Skyrim.
I've got a sealed copy of Fable 2. I need to open. One day.
Right, Neil, this is yours. Vegan or vegetarian?
Vegan.
Oh, good.
Vegan. Yeah, vegan.
Okay.
Neither ideally because I eat meat, but if I had to, I would go full on vegan.
Great, like it. Would you like to know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
The cause, please.
Okay.
I
Good.
don't want. Yeah, somebody's asked me that question before, and I don't want to know the exact date. What are you going to be doing the day before? You just be. What would you go and do on the day before? Seriously, would you go out and have like, I don't know, just do anything and everything, or would you just sit there twiddling your thumbs, thinking, "Well, tomorrow's the last day. I'm out of here."
Yeah, that's a good point. You could do some light filing, sort out some emails.
I better get this in order before I go tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to know that. Although, if you know the cause of it,
Yeah.
and the cause is, I don't know, you're on a boat and it sinks in the middle of the Atlantic. Would you just never go on a boat and go across the Atlantic?
Well, you would, but from films like Final Destination that we've seen,
It always gets you.
It always gets you in the end.
I haven't seen Final Destination, obviously.
No, you don't know the law. Last one. Would you like to win the lottery or live twice as long? I think we know what this is going to be.
I'd win the lottery.
Yeah, I think we got that from the last one.
I'd live twice as long.
Right, good, you two. That's your question. Still writing it down in my file. This is getting interesting, but we've got to move on because we've been chatting for a long time now. So let's get some games. What have we been playing this week?
Door kickers.
Door kickers.
I've been playing door kickers. Yeah.
And me.
I can't even. Oh yeah, I've been playing it with James. I can't even think of the full name. Was it Door Kickers? Action Squad. That's it. Not fully loaded.
Yeah, you stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like an old retro-y kind of side-scrolling shooter, whereas you play the part of some door kickers who just have to go in, rescue hostages, kill bad guys, get out alive. Simple as that, really. But you've got like a decent squad of people. So you've got like an assault guy, you've got a guy with a shield, you've got a ninja style guy. So they all play differently. So how you attack each level depends on the character that you use. But it's cool. You can play it single player, but it's bloody difficult single player.
Right.
Or you can play it with a co-op mate across online, and that makes it a lot easier.
I like the way you went online. Like this is like a new thing.
Yeah,
Future.
that online world.
Oh, and is it good fun together playing?
It's really good. Yeah,
Oh,
I've been
okay.
really impressed with it. I started playing it by myself, and it was good, but I got to a couple of levels and I just kept dying. And once you've only got one life, once that's over, you're starting again.
Right.
With somebody else there, they can revive you, or they can use medipacks for you, or
And carry you.
whatever. Carry you pretty much, which is what I've been doing, James.
Yeah, of course.
I have the stats to prove otherwise.
He probably does have the stats. Yeah, he's probably written them down in his notebook of his stats notebook.
I
Oh,
know
in
what's in there.
this level, I got 73% shot accuracy, and Neil only got 42.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
And when's that out?
It's out now.
Oh, okay.
It's out now. Yeah. It came out a couple of weeks back. But, yeah.
And you
It is
haven't.
good 'cause it's tactical. And it's a bit like, do you remember the breach levels in Call of Duty? Where you open the door and you shoot them,
Oh yeah.
avoid the hostages.
Yeah.
It really is a bit like that, but in side scrolling.
Yeah. And all the enemies have different guns as well. So you come across like a guy with a shotgun, you think, well, I have to keep back from him because you get close to him, you're dead man. And then you've got other ones that will run at you and try and melee you with a knife. But there's quite a few of the levels you have to play at once, don't you, James? To kind of
get the
work out what's going on exactly. Work out the layout to see which hostages you should go and save first and which rooms you should attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really
sounds
cool
good.
little game.
How much is it? Do you know? Can you remember?
No.
Sort of 15 quid. Is
I can find out. I'll find out while you're talking.
Okay, that's it. James, what have you been playing?
I'm playing a game from, I think I first downloaded in 2014. Gems of War.
Gems of War. I remember Gems of War.
Have you played it?
I've played it, yeah.
It's a bit like Candy Crush, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite addictive.
Yeah, but it's more action-packed.
Why, for the love of God, are you playing Gems of War?
I've never stopped playing it, to be honest.
Is it something to do with achievements?
As well, but you can pick up and play and have a few rounds of it, do a few quests.
You've got so much to play. So many games to play.
It's easy going.
Yeah.
It's match 3, kill some weird fantasy characters, jump out. Who doesn't want that?
Well,
that's the way it's done.
Yeah, good.
And you can join a guild. Everything's better in a guild, isn't it?
I've never heard those words ever said.
I can honestly say I don't think I've ever been in a guild. I'm guessing.
You're missing out.
You haven't either, Losty?
No.
You're of the same age as me. You haven't been in a guild.
I've not been in a bloody guild.
No.
You get support from your guild mates.
I bet you do.
What support have you got?
Just tactical.
Not emotional.
No, we don't do that. No, unfortunately.
Just drag each other down.
That's the way it is. Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's good. So that you've been playing that 2014 game. Anything more recent?
What was that game picked up the other day? Fractured Minds.
Ah, yes.
I think you've played that as well.
I have, yeah.
I've played it too.
Oh, you've played it.
It intrigued me because it was cheap.
Yeah.
And it was, I think most of the proceeds go towards, is it a mental health charity?
It is. I think they're called Safe from Home, but I'm not sure about that. But I think Safe is definitely in the title. Yeah, and
it's £1.79, isn't it?
Yeah.
And 80% of the proceeds go to, well, they get split between the charity and the developer, who's
Emily Mitchell.
What's her name? Emily Mitchell.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Safe at Home. That's the charity. Yeah, Safe at Home. Yeah.
Yeah. So between those two, they get 80% of the 179, which it doesn't seem a lot of money, but at £1.79, a lot of people are going to buy it.
Yeah.
And
aren't they?
and they should do, because it's an interesting game.
Yeah.
And I think you take out what you I think everyone will take something different out of it as well.
Exactly, yeah. It's
Um,
and it's very short. It will take you 20 minutes to do, wouldn't it? I think 25 minutes. And yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's a really and also it's this Emily. What's the name again?
Emily
Neil?
Mitchell,
She was
Mitchell.
17, and she was 17 when she came up with it, and she
so
won
impressive.
BAFTA Young Game Designer,
Yeah.
and she's developed it since then, and it's amazing. It's amazing someone could come up with that.
It's a dark subject matter for her to try and tackle as well. She's
Absolutely.
done it in the wrong way. And every level kind of like tries a different aspect of mental health, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's strange, but quite interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah.
there's some puzzle stuff in it, but it's more like I hate saying walking sim, but it's a bit walking sim, isn't it? You're kind of experiencing this kind of journey a bit, but it has a little bit of puzzles in it as well. It's really intriguing. We like that.
And you've done Let's Play that, haven't you, Losty?
I've done a let's play of that, a walkthrough even, because
A whole walkthrough
for 20 minutes, and and it helped Neil out. Neil got stuck, and he used my walkthrough, which I'm very impressed by.
Yeah, it's a bit harsh to
I did tell
out
you
that
not
on
to
the
tell
podcast.
anybody that I used your video.
My videos help people rather than confuse them, which normally
Well, it's
happens.
not one person that we know of.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that I was stuck on a game, and one of my thoughts were, well, Losty did a walkthrough of this. I could have a look to see how he did it.
Yeah.
That's just crazy in my head.
That is mad.
Just never have I ever thought of that before.
Oh dear. Yeah.
You're like the next Google.
I am, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like one of those professionals. I've been playing. Can I talk about me being playing something? I think I can, can't I? Let me talk about tracks.
Depends what you've been playing, really.
I've been playing a bit of tracks. Reviewed that for the site, and Tracks is this game that's on Xbox Game Pass as well now, and it's basically you can build a train set. So you have this kind of room. We can have a void, completely empty space if you want. You can have a room like a flat, like with your TV and a table, and you build a sort of wooden train track all the way around, and you can build it up and down so it goes and links together. But then you can build sort of like decorations to it, like stations, like houses, like trees around it, which sounds really basic. And then you drive it, and then it switches to first person view, and then you're in this kind of like beautiful wooden train with all the grain of the train. It really reminds you of like when you were a kid, and then you can drive your train around the track.
I like the way you say the grain of the train.
The grain of the train. It's brilliant. If it's for a family game, it's great. You're making a train track without the mess. And for kids and for adults as well, it's if you love creating like Minecraft or making it, it's brilliant. It's really, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. Really easy to play. Really easy to put down. And you look at, like we talked about this last time, didn't we? If you look at some of the creations that people have done on the PC version, which is on Steam, it's amazing.
Oh, that's mad! Yeah,
It's mad.
That video, you've got to have a decent imagination, which is where I go completely wrong there.
Yeah, I'm not great.
I played it at EGX and I really liked it, and yeah, it's a really good game. What did you give it?
4.5, I think, out of 5. Yeah.
Cool.
Why did I give it a half? Oh, the only reason I didn't give it there's a couple of little mission bits which are called passengers, and there's little missions which is great, but then they do timed missions. You have to build a track in a certain amount of time, and I hate that stuff. I hate anything timed, especially in that game. It takes you out of it because it's so relaxing when you suddenly have to do a time mission.
I have to agree totally there. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. That's tracks. That's really good. I've also been playing a little bit of the DLC for We Happy Few, the last bit of DLC for the We Happy Few, that I can't even remember the name of.
We all fall down.
We all fall down.
There's something empty in it.
Yeah, and it's followed on for the last DLC, and it's a third bit. And the DLC for We Happy Few, I think, has probably been better than the main game. The main game is good, really good, but the DLC has been excellent because it's taken kind of 3 completely different stories, 3 different characters, but used the world and the thing. And again, I'm sort of like maybe 3/4 of the way through this bit. It's still great. it's great to see this kind of world that they've enhanced and made. I think they'll be doing a sequel. And in this one, it's really interesting. They've had a visual upgrade. It looked good before.
Is that?
Yeah, it feels different. So
Okay.
it makes me think they're working on a sequel. I've got a feeling. I don't know. Anyway.
The extra DLC bits, how many hours extra are each of those in roughly? A couple of hours or
I think
more than that?
2 to 3 hours the first one, 2 hours the second. Maybe this one's a bit longer, 3 hours maybe. Yeah, so it's not bad for the season.
But they don't follow on from each other, do they? I'm guessing from the titles they don't seem to follow on. They're all separate. Yeah.
All really separate games.
It's rare that DLC is better than the actual game, isn't it?
Really rare. But I think in the main game, and I talk about this a lot, there's a lot of stealth stuff and there's a lot of survival elements in the main game that didn't quite work. And it's really interesting is that they don't do any of that in DLC. And the press release we got with this one, they kept saying, the survival stuff isn't there anymore. Don't worry. It's like they were really saying that a lot. So it's really interesting for a developer to kind of go, actually, that stuff, it's not what people liked. They liked, the story and the world and the characters, and that's what we're going to focus on. Yeah, that's good.
Cool.
Have you got any more games before I bang on about another one? You two?
I haven't. I don't think I've played anything else really, to be honest.
Can I bang on about one more, shall I? Or you got one, James?
No, I was going to say I played a little bit of I forgot his name now. Frozen Freefall. It's a free game.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what, from years back?
Yeah.
Christ.
I've still got an achievement to get on it, so I tend to go on it now and then. It's another Max 3 game.
Are you sponsored by Max 3 games?
I might be after this.
But this is a Frozen one, as in Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen.
It's
called Frozen Freefall.
This came out
with Elsa and
Sven and
Olaf and
Anna
and who else?
Kristoff,
yeah. I know them all.
I know you do. One of your favourite films.
I saw it in the cinema. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I don't know. Possibly. I might have gone.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, no, I didn't. Will I be seeing the second one? Oh, no, I won't.
I will.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, go on, Nasty. Over to you.
Is that it?
There's some more comments. Yeah. I don't need to say about an old game.
The last game I'm going to chat is Star Wars. I bought the Star Wars game on the weekend, the Star Wars Fallen Order, and
amazing, isn't it?
It's a brilliant game so
really?
far.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't believe me, do you? Because you hate, but it's great. It's really, honestly, it's really good. I
don't hate Star Wars. I just don't understand the fuss behind Star Wars.
I don't know what it is. It thinks it's Star Trek.
It does.
I have had that issue, yes. I don't understand Star Trek either, you see, so there we go.
I think you'll like this. It's Respawn have done it, of course, so they're really good at that kind of... We did Titanfall, and they're really good at that kind of first-person narrative adventure, and also the mechanics are great. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's brilliant, because you've got all, you can do that customization stuff, you can change lightsaber colours and all that stuff, but it's just the action and the kind of like... The story is great. The first chapters just really sets it beautifully up. And it looks great. There's some cutscene problems, but it does look really, really, really good.
Who did you play as?
You play as someone new. It's like it's new. It's set between the prequels, sort of like between episode 3 and 4, I think. And it's like when the spoiler for everyone, but in the end of the prequels, all the Jedi get slaughtered by order something.
What?
Yeah, no. And this is one of the ones who survived.
Ruined it for me.
No, you won't watch it now, will you, Neil?
I don't know what you're talking about. You said it's set between 3 and 4, and I didn't have a clue. That was me done. I was kind of just slowly switching off at that point.
But I think you should play it. You'll like it. You won't need to know any of that.
Do you come across all like proper characters? As in old school Star Wars characters, not all this new.
Like Yoda.
Yeah.
Yoda,
Captain
Darth
Kirk.
Vader, Skywalker, and Han Solo and Chewbacca. They're the only ones.
Yeah, you
Captain Spock.
Yeah, Spock. Flash Gordon. Do you come? Not at the moment. I haven't met anyone, but you might do later on. I'm only a little bit into it, so.
What colour is your lightsaber?
Well, I just changed it to green.
Good call.
I liked it.
I
Xbox
agree.
Green.
Yeah, Xbox Screen. Yeah. But that's but I might talk about that a bit more when I get through more of it. But it's in the next couple of weeks. But I'm loving it.
Can't wait.
It feels like my Christmas game.
We said this before. I think we have anyway. It's single player only, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Which is a plus. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. a
That's
plus.
right, yeah. Absolutely.
Otherwise, you get people like I played a little bit of what was it Battlefront? Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I just remember seeing people kind of flying at me with stuff, and then I'd be dead.
Yeah.
It's chaotic, isn't it?
Yeah,
Pure
it's just a
chaos.
bit nuts. So I soon got
Yeah.
bored of that.
Yeah. No, it's single player, which is great, and you do feel, yeah, it's really good. The world's great. So that's that. That's what we've been playing. Anything else that we want to chat about? What's happening? God, we're eating time this week. It's great. Yeah, we've not even got through to any news. What have you got, James, on your mind? Anything you want to talk about?
Well, in terms of news,
Yeah.
I saw Logitech. They've made I think it's called an adaptive gaming kit that works with, the Microsoft Adaptive Controller,
Yeah.
which enables everyone to be able to game no matter what their accessibility issues are.
Right.
But this gaming kit has got loads of extra buttons to plug into it. I think you get a couple of triggers. So you can put different setups in place depending what you need for your abilities.
Wow.
I think they released that this month. I think it's already out now.
It came out start of the week, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
start of this
it's
week.
quite pricey. It's $89.99. But can you put a price on being able to game?
No, you can't.
No.
Yeah.
And, they've worked with Microsoft to make sure it works with the tech. And they've worked with special effects as well.
Okay.
We know I've done a lot for people with disabilities and that.
Yeah.
Who we chatted with on the EGX special
Yeah.
podcast.
Certainly
We
did.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an incredible piece of kit. That if anyone needs it, it's absolutely vital.
Yeah.
It's good to see more and more stuff like that coming out.
Yeah. Definitely.
Mm.
You say it's £90, but you also need the
You do need the controller.
Xbox adaptive controller as well, don't
Yeah,
you?
and an Xbox.
And an Xbox, yeah. Well, obviously you need an Xbox. That's a given. But how much is the Xbox controller? That's got to be a ton at least, hasn't it? More than that?
It was quite pricey. I think it was. I think it was about £100 itself.
Yeah, so you're looking at maybe £200, aren't you?
Yeah,
For that.
definitely.
But like you say, is there a price? Do you put a price on it? Not really. It's only really 3 games, isn't it? 3 AAA games.
Rather than playing no games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Well, that's
good.
good.
Yeah. What about you, Neil? What have you been looking at this week?
Project xCloud again.
I still don't understand this.
Oh, I don't know what it means.
Explain it to me.
What
in
is
rusty
that? I
terms.
understand.
Pretend I'm rusty. Break it down.
All your Xbox games,
Yeah.
Yeah.
eventually, you will stream them. You will not own them. You will not go down Amazon. Knock on Amazon's front door.
Yeah.
Give me Gears of War 7.
That's your problem to start with. Should be down there.
Anyway, you'll be streaming it. Streaming is the future.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a decent connection-ish kind of thing. Well, they will have when Labour get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. We won't go down. We won't.
Don't go down that road.
No, we won't go politics. Oh, I have plenty of things I could say about that. Anyway, yeah. So you stream your games, and at the moment, Xbox and Microsoft are doing it through Project xCloud, and they've just previously they've only had 4 games on there, so you could play Sea of Thieves, Gears 5. I spoke about this last week.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct and something else I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, at XO19, they've chucked another 50 odd on there. So now you can just attach your Xbox controller to your mobile phone, as long as you've got an Android phone. And everybody should have an Android phone, because if you don't have an Android phone, you're a pain in the ass.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, Steve.
Yeah.
No, you're an Apple guy.
I am.
Yeah. And then you just stream it straight on there. So you use the controller, you connect it up, and away you go. And it works really, really well. I mean, really, really well.
Right. So it's a streaming service.
Yeah.
And do you pay a subscription?
At the moment, no, you don't pay anything.
Right, but you pay for the games?
No, you just play what you want.
Ah.
It's
That's good
difficult
at the moment then.
The problem I have is, I said this last time, is the phone screen is so small
Yeah.
that you can't really see what's going on. It's all right on, like, if you haven't got a load of button prompts and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like Gems of War. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
That'd be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's basically, you're just playing games on your mobile. I don't play games on my mobile, but if people do, you're now playing Xbox games on your mobile.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And it works perfectly. It's being streamed straight off of Xbox Cloud. So there's no download, there's no purchase, there's no nothing. It just works. And obviously with Google Stadia coming out right now,
Yeah.
they're going up against that. And the initial reception that Stadia's had, Xbox are going to win that one hands down.
Yeah, it hasn't had it's had mixed results, mixed reviews, isn't it, the Stadia?
Mine comes tomorrow. Mine's in with the postman as we speak.
Yeah.
So
You're playing it. The postman's playing it now.
the postman's probably playing it. The problem with Stadia is initially you've got Destiny for free, but Destiny 2 maybe, but that's free anyway, isn't it? I think. Am I right in saying that? The original Destiny's free.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 in it.
Destiny 2 isn't. Is that free now?
I'm sure it's free.
It's free on the
Yeah.
PS4. But yeah. Okay.
We should know this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we should, really.
Yeah.
But you've got that, and it's basically at the moment it feels like a beta for the whole service, and then in 6 months' time it might kick on. And I'm a massive Google fan. I use a Pixelbook as my main computer and my only computer. I've got a Pixel phone. I'll do anything that Google have got, which is why I've gone in with Stadia. But on the other side, I'm massive Xbox, and at the moment, Project xCloud is wiping the floor with what I've seen for Stadia.
But also, you've got a launch with Stadia. You've got a launch with. They've got one original game, haven't they? They've had that's been made for it, and it looks nice, but I don't think it's not a launch that everyone's going to go, wow, I need to get that. And that's the issue, isn't it? I think at the moment everyone's kind of saying content-wise it's not there yet, which is a worry for a launch. You know, you need something for people to go. You need the Nintendo Switch. You needed, they have Breath of the Wild. It being Nintendo as well, but that's the big thing, and then Mario straight away afterwards. But you need something, and I don't think they've got it. That's the problem. And I think I read a thing about, and this would be interesting to get your thoughts next time about it. You're saying it's really good that you can have. They were talking about Mortal Kombat. You've got it on your screen, on your TV, then take it down to the phone. But they said it's a lag, which affects those kind of games a little bit from that.
Well, they're coming out with negative latency. If there's ever such a thing, how can you ever have negative latency? And from what I've used with xCloud, lag isn't really an issue. Okay, it will be if you're playing a fighting game. Yes, of course it will. Yeah. But that is anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you're playing just a standard single player game, if you're playing, I don't know,
Star Wars.
WWE 2K20, I put on Project xCloud earlier today. Admittedly, I didn't get past the menu screen. I only basically took a screenshot, sent it to James, said, "Look what I'm playing," and then turned it off because I couldn't bear to play it.
Did you burn it as well? Did you burn it after that?
I burnt the digital streamed copy. Yep.
Good.
But if you're playing something single player,
Okay.
then there's no issues with it at all. This is on xCloud anyway. And if Stadia can do the same, all well and good.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Well, we'll get you.
try something as well.
We'll get your thoughts next time, hopefully.
Well, it should be here tomorrow.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
You can get my thoughts now if you want.
Go on, then, give us your thoughts, James. Go.
Don't care. Next.
Next.
Is that... Why don't you care? Is it because you want to own stuff?
A little bit, but also I'm happy with the game itself now. We don't need a new system. Well, I don't anyway. We've got enough of them that I don't use.
Yeah.
Don't need Stadia.
You have got 2 big ones coming out in a year's time as well.
They're more interesting to me.
Yeah.
You look at it that way, you got PlayStation, Xbox, and Stadia, or Microsoft, Sony, and Google.
Yeah.
Pretty big names, aren't they? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my thing's about to go off because I said the G word.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I'm just going to talk. We'll talk briefly about this because we're eating time. But the one thing I saw this week in the news, and I was kind of intrigued your thoughts about it, with Disney Plus. It started in the America, and now Disney Plus, Neil, because Neil doesn't know much about popular culture.
Talk to me about Disney Plus. Tell me it all.
Disney Plus, basically, you can have the whole package Disney Plus, and you can have all your Disney films, their whole catalogue.
Frozen, is that a Disney film?
Frozen will be on there.
Yeah.
And
So
then
Netflix.
you can have Pixar, you can have all the Marvel films, you can have the Star Wars
Simpsons.
films, the Simpsons, and then they're developing new content like new Marvel TV series that will link to the movie franchise,
The cinematic universe.
yes, all that stuff. So it's become a big thing, and I think you can get a package in America for $6.99 for the Disney stuff, and you pay a little bit more if you want to be linked to the sports channel in America
Bargain.
and the Hulu. Hulu, is that right? Hulu?
Hulu.
That's
Hulu,
it.
yeah.
That's right,
Even I know that.
yeah, and that's great. So it's all coming in America. Oh, and of course the new Star Wars TV series, and it's come out, but it's not coming here into the UK till 31st of March. I think that's right, isn't it? So there's a massive delay. So people, of course, are pirating this new Star Wars TV series. It's got the highest rate of piracy, I think, ever, because people want to see it first before it gets leaked, and so that's happening. But the thing I'm a little bit worried about everything, because I was thinking, I think I'd like to get this Disney thing, but it's how many subscriptions that is starting to build up.
When does it end?
When does it end? Now, you've got that with your entertainment system. So you have Netflix, you've got Amazon Prime, you'll have Disney, and then you've got Now TV.
You've got Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
Anime.
Yeah, that's all right. You got that. And then with games, of course, we've got Xbox Game Pass, which is, as you said, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I've still got bloody EA access. I don't know why I've got EA access. I need to persuade them why I should not get rid of it.
Ubisoft do one, don't they, as well?
Yeah. And that's
on PC.
And I think we're just going to get more and more of them coming up soon. I think Ubisoft will come over to this, and I think things will start to go that way. The worry thing is just about that kind of like, you're thinking about your sort of like counts at the end of the month going...
The fragmentation, that's what you're worried about, isn't it?
Yeah, and also just the cost. And when you're all sucked into it completely, it's how when the prices go up, it becomes quite hard, doesn't it?
Everyone wants a piece of the pie, don't they? With a subscription model. But they forget that the more you bring out, you only get a little bit of that pie. If you know what I mean. So eventually people won't have enough money to get the next one.
Yeah.
Or they will, and they'll leave the old one.
Yeah.
So someone's going to suffer.
Yeah.
Whether it's Netflix or Amazon. It probably won't be Netflix, because they've got so much content. It's unreal. But the more companies that set up their own, will they take the licenses off Netflix, like Marvel did?
Yeah.
And Amazon the same.
Well, I think eventually Amazon and Netflix will just want to do their own stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's their goal. It's going to be all Netflix original stuff, and it's all going to be Amazon original stuff. For them, that's the best possible scenario.
For their future.
Yeah. But I think then you'll have many different... I think you're just going to get more and more that will happen. I think I sort of think in 5 years' time, we're gonna be all subscribed to many different things, and you're gonna want it all.
Look at the football.
Yeah,
You've got some on Sky,
Yeah.
some on BT, some on Amazon.
yeah, absolutely.
Wrestling's the same. You've got the network, you've got the indie companies with their own channels.
Mm.
Everyone's wanting to be in on it, and it's getting a bit much, I think.
Yeah, and and that's the question: is just will that happen with the in the game? The more we go into live streaming, will that happen there as well? You're going to have, I don't know, E&E.
It will inevitably.
Yeah.
But there might be some new, maybe like not like Game Pass, but someone that does quite a few companies in one area, like Game Pass does. Rather than one EA Access or whatever, it'll be a big company with a few underneath it.
So what you're saying is you'll pay them like 20 quid a month and you get access to 4 different things. Is that what you mean?
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant.
That makes sense. That will happen, definitely. I think that's right, James. I think you're absolutely right. Would you, say we've got, how much are we paying for Game Pass now a month?
I can't remember.
I can't remember now. It's £8 a month or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Unless you take the £1 for 3 months thing and then do it again, again and again and again.
So say Game Pass now next year they go, okay, right, it's now £15 a month. What do you do? Do we just go
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
if they said EA Access is £15 a month, what would you do?
I mean, I'm struggling with whatever it is now. Was it £3 a month or something?
There's 20 quid a year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, okay. What if they went 50 quid a year EA Access?
No,
Too
I would
much?
get rid of EA Access. Yeah.
No, because it's not as good as it used to be.
No, there isn't much stuff on
But why isn't it as good as it used to be? Because surely they're adding... But they add everything on there, don't they?
They do, but they don't have that much content, really.
No.
Where they do FIFA and sort of maybe one game like an Anthem or something.
Oh, Battlefield.
Yeah. It's not.
That's it.
It's not like with Game Pass. You're getting new stuff. The thing about the Game Pass is that you'll get Gears of War on the day of release of a retail release. You don't get that with EA Access.
And loads of indie games.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
Yeah.
We're going to have to.
They didn't have the trial thing for Star Wars, did they? Am I right in saying?
No, they didn't do that. No.
Is that because it's a single player game, and they don't want people playing basically the whole thing?
But they usually give you a little bit of it.
Yeah, they normally give you something.
Yeah, like a level.
Yeah.
Like the first level or something.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It's interesting. It's just you just sort of see this kind of vision of it, and just the money-wise, it's going to be interesting to see how this happens.
I think we're at crossroads, a lot of crossroads for a lot of things. So that you got the gaming side of things. Okay, not just because the next generation's coming along, but because the whole thing is going to slowly move towards streaming in that sense. But then what you say, you've got Disney and you've got Netflix and you've got all that lot. They're all trying different things, seeing what works, and a few years down the line, some of them won't be able to cope with it, and they'll say, "Bye, we've given it a go. It's not working," and then somebody else will take over. But at the moment, we're at a crossroads, and I think it's going to take maybe 3 or 4 years for it all to play out properly.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, James, for your wise wisdom.
That's right.
Of calming my fears, calming my anxieties. But to get the anxieties back up, let's play Judge James. Are we ready? What? Yeah. So explain the rules, James.
Basically, you both get 1 minute to tell me what your favourite game is in a certain month, in a certain year. And then I'll decide which game is the best.
You will,
That makes sense? Yeah, I will.
Okay.
That's what I call it.
Good, I like it. What's the month? What's the year?
It is November 2012.
Great.
And who's winning at the moment?
You're winning, 1-0.
So good. You got to say, Neil, you're the winner. Say that.
Neil,
that's what you meant to say.
You are the winner.
Thank you, James. Cheers. I may never hear those words again.
But I like it.
While I'm ahead.
You're
I
going
need
to
to
lost
know.
it.
I need to know.
You've got
That's a
every
good
chance.
point. Yeah.
Right, who's going first?
We're going to have lost the great first.
Oh, okay.
So, let me get the timer ready.
Get the timer.
Very professional.
Watch, clock, stopwatch,
Clock,
clock. What's it called? Clock watch.
Clock
Clock
stop.
stop.
I don't know what I've called it.
Clock stop. Are you ready, Rusty?
I think so. I haven't really. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
In your marks. Get set. Go.
3 things happened to me in 2012. The first thing is I ran a marathon and I was the fittest I've ever been. Sadly, I'm not now. And in 2012, in the summer, the Olympics was on, and I missed all of it because I was in a different country for the whole of August. And the third thing was Thomas Was Alone came out, and it changed my whole way of looking at the game. Now, Thomas Was Alone, it came out with a game, a little platform game, and it was done by a developer called Mike Bithell, and it was kind of made, he just made it on his own. He was a game developer that just made it in his part-time, and it's about these little blocks, and they all do different things. So you might have a square block, a rectangle, a circle, and they all do things. One can jump, one you can bounce on, and you're going through this kind of maze, and it's beautifully done. The music is absolutely stunning. There's a kind of brilliant voiceover by Danny Wallace who tells this fairy tale, and it's almost like a fairy tale about all these different blocks. Oh, Pants up live. I don't know what I was doing then.
I think it's because you started with your memoirs.
Oh,
It
damn!
took too long.
I mucked it up.
Yeah, and you've done a lot in your 45 years.
Oh,
Never mind, it was good effort,
it's good though. It's good fun.
Give you a silent
Did you actually tell us what the game was?
No,
game was
I
called?
couldn't. Do you know what? I did say Thomas Was Alone. I couldn't remember the game, first of all. I couldn't remember what happened in it. All right. Good.
It's alright, we've all been there.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite to what he did last week, where he started with the name of the game and just carried on saying that for a minute.
Bully, 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 bully. Yeah, I should have done that. That would have been better.
Right, the bar has been set, Neil.
Oh, great.
Come on.
Are
It
you
won't
ready?
be much better here. I have to say, November 2012 was a bit crap.
Well, steady on. I'll
Yeah.
tell you why when you finish, but there's plenty
okay.
of choices.
Okay.
Right. Are you ready, Neil?
3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Previous episodes of The Judge have seen me battling criticism for including a duo of games, the award-winning Metro Redux. However, this time I'm up in the ante and go with no less than 31 games in the Midway Arcade Origins collection. Having first released on Xbox 360 and then becoming backwards compatible on Xbox One in 2017. If you're after retro gaming, the Midway Arcade Origins collection is not just one hell of a mouthful, but it's certainly one that sorts you out. With games such as the brilliantly fun APB, the iconic Root Beer Tapper, good old Smash TV, and a couple I grew up with in the arcades, the Tubular Tubin and the Top Down Racer Championship Sprint, the whole Midway Arcade Origins pack was filled with fun. It also included golden oldies of the calibre of Gauntlet and Gauntlet 2, the best marble-themed game that has ever existed in Marble Madness, and a game that I played for endless hours back in the 80s, Ivan Ironman Stewart's Super Off-Road. Perhaps these won't appeal to a younger audience. Perhaps I'm onto a loser already trying to pitch this to a judge who is half my age.
Time's
Those
up.
in and around their 40s will love
Time's
it.
up.
What I loved about that, Neil, is first of all you were defending your previous games. First of all, like there was an accusation at court, and then the last bit of it, you were sort of like having a dig at Kid, the judge. Unbelievable.
I nearly stopped you the minute you said the game. And there's a compendium of titles.
31 games this time, James. How many more games do you want?
None.
None? Oh, well, you got none in the other one.
What else could we could have had, James?
Well, you could have had. It's struggling here. Could have Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Cracking game.
Oh, what game?
Cracking game.
Cracking. Okay.
What else would I say?
I thought it was something else you said then.
You could have had Sonic and. Is it Sonic and All Stars?
Yeah, I was
racing
tempted
one.
to play that one actually. Tempted.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Z Budokai.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine me and him talking about
Yeah, I would actually enjoy that. Angry Birds Star Wars. There you go.
There you go.
Cracking. Anyway,
Yeah.
the two that you picked, there's an easy winner. It's got Velocity.
Hey! Oh, I did the worst pitch ever. That's good. Thank you, James. Thank you very much.
Great choice.
Thank you.
Great game.
Great game.
Damn
Thomas was
good
alone.
game.
I've even
Brilliant game.
completed that one.
It's good, isn't
I
it?
don't know if you have completed, yeah.
Yeah. You
I'd love
didn't
that.
complete it on 2012 on the Xbox though, because it didn't release until like last year, maybe,
That's true.
on the Xbox.
It was
It wasn't
on
last year.
2013 on the Xbox. It was on Mac. I played it first on my Mac.
2013.
It
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out
it was
on the
6 years ago.
Xbox, yeah. And it,
No way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Christ, I thought it was last year. Mad.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to search that out. I don't believe
Yeah,
that.
it is. Have a look.
2014.
Oh, blimey. Not last year, though.
Yeah.
Well, so
I can agree with that.
what's the month and year next time, James?
Well, we're going to go for March 2018.
March 2018. Okay,
Can we
good.
write that down so we don't forget?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bringing you two.
Write it down.
I have forgotten already, even though I've repeated it in my head 3 times.
Do
Right.
you know what?
Yeah.
Right, do you know what? Thomas is Alone. I reviewed it on December the 1st, 2014, and I can remember playing it just like it was yesterday. Honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty.
It's a really good game, isn't it?
I
Really
can't
good.
believe it's 5 years ago.
And you didn't pick it.
No, I didn't pick it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
5 out of 5 I gave it though.
Yeah, it's really good. Now, I'm going to rush you two because we're getting near the end of our time. What games are you looking forward to in the next couple of weeks? Up to that.
None.
None?
Well, you wanted Rush.
What about you? Must be
No,
something.
for me, Lost Ember looks cool.
It
Yeah,
does look
same.
very
It's come
good.
up, the graphical style of that looks really, really good. I don't know an awful lot about it apart from you kind of play. I think you play as a fox, or you go into the world like that, and you
You can be a wolf
can change
and,
your way through different animals, can't you?
Yeah,
As a
like
wolf.
a fish
Yeah.
as well. You can be a fish. I think a bird. There's loads of different animals you can be.
Yeah, it does look. It looks really nice. I've played a lot of games as a fox recently. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, no, it does look great. What about you, James?
The same one, to be honest.
Oh.
I don't tend to look forward to games too much because they often disappoint. But that one looks quite good last December.
Oh, there you go.
I'm giving that a look.
It was a Kickstarter as well, wasn't it? That one?
Yeah,
Back in
and
the
that's
day.
out on Friday.
Yes, this week. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Arise, which is out in December, early December. Arise, it's called A Simple Story. And everyone, just have a look at the trailer for it. It just looks... if you're talking about Christmas games, this is a perfect Christmas game.
Christmas game.
Yeah, it does look really beautiful, kind of little journey. Looks wordless again. Just this kind of journey of like this person's on a quest. Yeah, it looks really lovely.
What you should do is you should play it, stream it.
Yeah.
I can play it. Then when I get stuck, I can use your stream
You
again.
can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
As a brilliant walkthrough.
that's a good
Should
idea.
just give up gaming now.
Yeah,
have to
maybe
use
I
that
will
one.
actually. Yeah, I think I should.
I'm also quite looking forward to doing the Civilization. I haven't played a Civilization game for years, and the new one's coming out soon, so I might have a go at that at some point.
You're losing
not
a lot of
that-
time in that.
It's not that new. It's just new on Xbox.
Yeah, new on
I think,
Xbox or
I think
something.
we need
Yeah.
to point out it's already on Switch and PC, isn't it? I don't know about PlayStation, but
Yeah.
Civ 6, that'd be cool.
Now
yeah.
I think our time is up. We've got to go, but before we go, can we just say to everyone, if you like the podcast as well, please leave a comment if you're on iTunes. That'd be really good to give it a star system. Any feedback, put it on there. Also subscribe is always really good to any of the things that you're listening to this on. And if you want to chat to us about anything, you can get us on Twitter. Can't you? The Xbox Hub Twitter is on the back. What's your personal Twitters? What have you got, James?
Mine's at OKidsUKO.
Good. Mine's
That's
at,
on all socials.
that's on all socials. Mine's at GB Brierley. You can get me there. Neil, what have you got? Where can they get hold of you?
My Twitter handle is Neil363, again, like everything else across all socials, but I don't really use Twitter, so you can message me on there, but don't expect to reply back. I'm not being ignorant, I'm just don't use Twitter.
Don't worry, he doesn't talk to us much either.
Yeah, no, but you can get hold of us.
If you want to hit me up on Instagram and like pictures of bikes, then carry on.
Please.
Fill your boots, pretty much.
And we're going to do a couple of specials, I think, over Christmas, aren't we? In the next few weeks, we're going to be back in 2 weeks' time, and then we might do a few little extras. We'll talk about that later on. Yeah,
Exciting.
Nice.
exciting. Yeah.
Now you said it. We have to do it.
We've got to. Oh no! Why have I done that? Oh dear. But thank you, James.
James was going to kick back, and he was just going to enjoy Christmas. So I was going to go and hide in a corner for a month. But you want to do podcasts?
We're going to do a week of podcasts, 24-hour podcasting. That's what we're going to do. Right. Thank you, you two. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thank you, everyone else. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the official podcast of TheXboxHub.com. You'll be able to find all the notes of this show at www.thexboxhub.com/podcast. You can also check out our social feeds on Instagram and Twitter at The Xbox Hub, and search for The Xbox Hub on Facebook.